So we are going to just wait for people to come on. Jennifer, put that on mute. Press the button on the thing. Okay. So today we are going to talk, we're going to do a removal and we are going to do a new set. I'm just going to do one full hand because I am not wanting to e-file my right hand with my left hand live because I'll probably just rip my skin right off. So that would not be good. Hello everybody. Hope you're all having a really nice Sunday. And I've got my little helper Jennifer here today instead of Chris, and she's going to be my question asker. So if you've got any questions about anything at all, please ask away. We've literally just finished work. So yes, today we're going to take these guys off. So these are the nails that I put on 4 weeks ago when we did the live. Had a casualty. I stabbed my hand into a door frame. So that was a couple of weeks ago, but yes, the rest are on and we are going to be taking these ones off. So first things first, for a removal, because I know a lot of people have been asking on the group and stuff like that, or how do you do a removal, how long does it take you guys? So we're going to do this in real time. We're going to take this hand off and put the other one and put it back on. Okay, so first things first, let's cut them down. So let's just literally cut off all the tips, because we don't want to have to waste time filing off nails, bits that we could just cut off. Okay, so all filed, cut down. So next thing is, it depends if you are using an e-file or a hand file. If you're using a hand file, you literally just want to file as much of the gel polish off as you possibly can, because we don't want to waste time having to soak through that. So literally as much as we can, so just through the top coat and through the colour. If you're using an e-file, which I do so much faster, we can file it off. So, literally going to just file through as much of this colour and gel polish as I can, just to save time on the soaking. How many of you guys do actually use e-files and how many of you hand file? It'd be quite interesting. I literally could not prep with a hand file at all. I just couldn't do it. I just love e-file just to get into like all like the nooks and crannies. I just think you get a much neater prep, much faster as well. This is quite brave doing it on myself on the live. Hopefully I won't cut myself. I love my e-file. Couldn't be without it, guys.
Is Apres at the moment eager to try your brand?
Oh yeah, we would love to have you try them. So Apres or Apres, I never know exactly how to say it. They're a fantastic brand. It's one of the brands that we used in our own salon when we first started using systems like this some years ago. They are really good. A little bit pricier than ours, but there are very few differences between our system and their system in terms of the quality of the tips. They tend to be very, very similar.
Well, Physiotherapy is saying I need to do an eFile again, did a course just before lockdown, never touched it since, start a session, do another course.
Yes, it would be scary, I think, if you hadn't. A lot of the courses that people might have done just before lockdown, if they haven't managed to practice on like a real person, it would be quite scary.
Gel polish by Julia. I'm not trained in eFile, it took me forever.
Aww. It still shouldn't take too long. So once you've got off as much of the colour and top coat as possible, it is literally like any other removal. So whether it is a gel polish, you can wrap these like you would for a gel polish. You can wrap them with acetone soaked cotton pads and tin foil, or our preferred method is acetone. So we use these little guys in our salon that you put warm water in the bottom and then acetone in the top, and the warm acetone just helps the nails to soak off a little bit faster. So I'm literally going to do this in real time, as I said, so I will keep my hand in here probably for about 5 minutes. It'll probably be the longest 5 minutes of my life, because I have no patience, do I, Jennifer?
Nope.
No patience at all. I would probably if I was doing this on myself, in all honesty, I would probably eFile to the very, very end till there was just dregs left, and then I would soak it for a couple of minutes and then be done with it, because I just have no patience at all. So yeah, guys, if you have any questions about the Xtensions system, please ask away. We would love to answer them. Also, who has tried our new cuticle oils and hand sanitizers, our Not Winter collection? So we have the delightful Maldives. I think this one is my current favourite. And then we have Aspen. So Aspen is a more masculine, sort of sexy human being scent, and Maldives is like all the smells of a holiday, so sun and sand and coconuts, and it's just really, really, really good. I absolutely love it. And the hand sanitizers, they both come in the hand sanitizers as well. And yeah, this one I like to kind of just use as a perfume, just spray it around.
The Aspen one lasts longer. It's like you can smell it later on in the day, so if you've been cuddling some sexy man.
Yeah, it does. It does last for ages, doesn't it? So we've just got these nails in this warm acetone right now. I can feel them. Oh, behind that, I can feel them sort of starting to get a little bit sticky.
I just ordered extensions. Get excited to try it. I need to get some cuticle oils, etc. from you too. Well, they look fab and delicious.
They are fab. So yeah, we have lots of different scents of cuticle oils. How many do we have right now?
1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
So we have 8 right now, I think. And we have our matching hand sanitizers to go with a lot of the scents as well. Not all of the scents, but a lot of them. Oh, hi Holly. Hi guys. What's that one saying? Someone.
I love the Not Winter scents, and then someone asked me recently, can you use the gel tips for press on with glue?
Absolutely, yep. We during lockdowns we made lots and lots of press-ons, and yeah, you absolutely can use them. So you just make them as you can. If you've ever made press-ons before, make them the exact same way. And we always prefer to sort of, you won't be able to use the X-Etch for that because it'll leave them kind of sticky. So you will need to hand etch we would always hand etch the inside for our clients so that they would get as long out of the press-ons as they could. That was obviously during lockdown, so that was kind of different. But yeah, you absolutely can. They work really, really well for press-on nails. And you would just provide them with a standard nail glue for that.
Yeah, because the X gel wouldn't penetrate the light, wouldn't penetrate the torch.
And it would need to cure the nail.
You know what I mean?
So yeah, the lovely Not Winter collection. You guys are absolutely loving it so far. We would love to hear what your favourite one is. I think mine is Maldives.
I think mine's Aspen.
Chris's is definitely Aspen. Yeah, everybody's kind of split 50-50, and then sometimes you'll change your mind. You'll be like, actually that one's my favourite one.
Still need to order the new scents. I'm getting FOMO. You should. They're good.
They are really, really good. Definitely. As well, we have our amazing scrub, our Scrubs Beauty Buffer, which goes with our Whipped Beauty Butter as well. If you want to provide like luxury manicures or pedicures for your clients, works amazingly. Both of them are also lip safe as well. You can literally use them everywhere. Sometimes Chris has got a really gammy foot, so he gets me a wee bit 1 foot pedicure. And it worked really, really well for him. Oh, Aspen, somebody's put Aspen, they love that one.
Good team. The Scrubs Beauty Butter is good for after a removal as well.
After a removal, because you know how you get all like the white, you'll see it in a wee minute, how you get like all that white and the dryness on your client's hands after a removal. So yeah, Jennifer always recommends that for our clients in the salon, that they go and use the scrub. We have like one of the really large tins, and we provide spatulas, and we have it in the client toilets so that they can safely and cleanly try it out.
Also good for matte polish instead of a cuticle.
The beauty butter is really good for the if you instead of using cuticle oil when you do matte nails, because obviously the cuticle oil can shine it up a bit, but the beauty butter does not do that. Okay, right, I feel like I've been in here forever and it really hasn't. So the way I do my removals is that I'll use a bit of couch roll. Today I've just got a wee cotton pads, and I just like to wipe some of the sticky off. Everybody does removals in different ways. I just like to wipe the sticky off. Some people will scrape. I just sort of wipe it off and then loads will just come away. I am in a bit of a sticky mess now because I've got gloves on trying to protect my other hand. So actually a lot of that product has now already come off. So then what I prefer to do, you can use a tool like one of these tools or an orange stick, and you can scrape that way. But I prefer, as I said, I just prefer to wipe. And then I'll go in with my eFile again. You can also, at this point, again, just use your hand file. Obviously, if you're e-filing at this point with a carbide bit, you need to be careful because you're getting closer to the natural nail, and we don't want to be using that on the natural nail. So literally just quickly through. It's so easy to do the removals. If I was doing one on a client and I was using my my eFile, I could do one in 15 minutes. And the thumb. Thumbs are always the most annoying. They seem to always take longer to come off the thumbs.
Is the live video going to be saved?
Always. We're always going to save our live videos because we try and, obviously we've done like the pub quiz and stuff like that, but we always try to do them so they're like educational or informative, and we're trying to do them on topics where you guys are asking for. So yeah, we will always save them so that you guys can go back and watch them at a later date.
Ash Bash Nails and Lashes. I've just received my first extensions order and I've done my own nails as a wee practice, and I'm in love with them.
It's just so much easier, isn't it? Every single person that we show them to, we've been trialing a few new staff members recently, and everybody is just like, oh my god, it's just life-changing. It is just so much easier. I've seen a lot of people on the Facebook group this week saying that they're just not going to do, or they're going to remove acrylics from their services because they don't understand why they're wasting the time with them yet.
How long does extensions last?
Well, these ones I'm soaking off have been on for 4 weeks today. They were still on, so I could have gone longer, but actually I prefer to take them off personally 3 weeks because mine, I do wear them a little bit longer, and I'm very heavy-handed. I wash my hands a lot because I do microblading. So, as I said, I am very heavy-handed. So I prefer 3 weeks. These have been on for 4 just for the purpose of today. But we've seen people get up to 6-7 weeks. That's obviously not advisable. We advise about 4 weeks.
I would love to see a black nail order eFile with bits. Oh, so would I.
Oh yeah, that would be nice, wouldn't it?
Nice.
Matte black.
Oh, imagine.
I know. That would be nice. We love hearing your guys' ideas because it often inspires us to create things. A lot of our ideas have come from other people's suggestions, so keep them coming in, guys. Nothing is too crazy.
I can't wait to get acrylics off my clients and get these on. Ash Bash again. Yep, they'll love them. Do you ever infill them or always remove?
You can do both. If you want to infill them, you simply infill them with... No, that's X-Edge. Infill them with your X-Gel. So you're going to prepare them the same way as you would any other extension for an infill or a rebalance. So remove the gel polish. If you have any lifted areas or anything like that, remove that. Prep the natural nail that's exposed. Prime it. And then just brush your X-Gel on in a sort of builder-like method to fill the gap. And yeah, absolutely. In our salon, we try not to do more than one infill, only because infill kind of takes away the whole point of the system, which is how close you can get it to the cuticle.
Gel polish by Julie has had hers on for 5 weeks.
Excellent, that's what we like to hear.
Becca Jane, I've been using extensions since they were released at home on my clients, and I've finally convinced my boss to get them for the salon.
Yay, well done. And it's one of those ones you kind of can't believe it. You kind of need to see it with it. So see, you can just like scrape it off like that if you want to with a tool like this. But I personally just prefer just to wipe it and file it. Just my personal preference. But yeah, it is one of those you kind of have to see it to believe it. And try it. It was the same when I heard about these type of systems for the very first time about 7 years ago. I was like, no way, that's not going to work. In fact, it was about 9 years ago I very first heard about systems like this, and I was like, no, that's not going to work. And then the next year at the beauty show, I heard about it again, and I was like, right, I'll give it a go, see how it goes. And yeah, we never looked back in the salon.
Why are they better than acrylics?
Why are they better than acrylics? Why are they not better than acrylics is the better question. You can get much closer to the cuticle, whereas obviously with acrylic, because it's like a liquid, you have to leave that gap at the cuticle so the product doesn't bleed onto the client's cuticles, and then you get lifting and sensitivity and things like that. So you can place it right up to the cuticle. There is no odor. There is no dust. It makes for a much smoother painting surface. It gives you much more time for design and decoration. Literally, hand on heart, the only thing that I think that normal acrylics are better for, and I've said this in a few lives, is French ombre. Unless some people are really talented at doing a French ombre with gel, but a lot of people struggle with that. So, you know, liquid and powder can create that really, really nice appearance where gel doesn't so much. So yeah, there is literally, it's much faster. My God, it takes half the time. Yeah, that's the main unique selling point. So those nails are off. Obviously my nails are not looking very pretty right now because they need prepped and they're really dehydrated from the acetone, but they're off. That was 15 minutes with a lot of talking. And if I was doing both hands, it would have been the same amount of time. So that was 15 minutes, guys. So what I am going to do now is I'm just going to move this dusty piece of paper out of the way and the acetone, and then I'm going to get on with prepping my nails. So,
me, myself and I Beauty, I trained in acrylics years ago and was never happy doing them. I've just worked on natural nails until I found your system, and I'm honestly back in love with nails again.
Oh, that's so good to hear. Yeah, that's the thing. A lot of people just don't get on with liquid and powder and all that buffing and the beads, and they just don't get on with it. It's probably one of the most common things that we hear in interviews, isn't it, Jennifer,
yeah,
from people?
100%.
Oh, I don't like acrylic, I'm more of a gel person. We're like, we've got the system for you.
Bekka Jane, it sounds too good to be true, but honestly, it's revolution.
It absolutely is exactly it. It does sound too good to be true. And that's exactly how I felt when I very first heard about these type of systems. And then the reason we created our own is because we were sort of using a hybrid of two different brands, because we loved some things from one, some things for another, and we were like, hang on a minute, why don't we just create our own brand?
How much does it cost to do a new set?
To do a full set of extensions can be done for 88p, not including your gel polish, because obviously everybody uses different brands and things like that. But in terms of all of the extensions products you're going to use, 88p. And depending, once you've had a bit of practice, you can do them in 30 minutes. You know, a plain gel colour can be done in 30 minutes. No problem at all. So at this point, we're just prepping the nails, guys, and you just prep them however you're used to prepping nails. If you're comfortable with an eFile, you can do that. If you're more comfortable hand filing, that's absolutely fine. But the number one thing when we are prepping the natural nails is we are not going to use a grit higher than 150, because the nails need to be grippy, otherwise you will get nails popping off, etc. Okay, so that is really, really important, so do remember that.
I've tried some full cover nail tips on a couple of my clients with acrylic and they didn't last as long. Haven't tried it with gel, really want to order some of yours.
I've never actually tried a full cover tip with acrylic before. I kind of think that would be a little bit of a nightmare in terms of, because you'd have to hold it there, wouldn't you, until it had set.
Yeah.
But yeah, it works great. What I would say about these type of systems is they are super, super, super easy. Oh my God, unlike filing your own nails live. They are super easy, but the steps all need to be done just right. That's the thing, isn't it, Jennifer?
100%. That's when you know if any come off, you need to just go back to basics.
Yeah, and there is a very limited list of things that can be going wrong if you are having nails prematurely pop off. Join our Facebook group. It's called Xtensions Tips and Advice. And then if you are having any problems at all, or you want advice on anything, you can just ask away in the group, and people will help you. So obviously, just to do your prep as in-depth prepped as you like to. This is the first time I've actually done prep on a live because I just feel like it's quite a personal thing. Is that a weird thing to say? And I don't want people to judge me.
Polish the pristine, while it's great for profit, we'll be ordering soon.
It is great for profit, and obviously the amount of time that you need to allocate to the service is much less as well. And it gives you extra time for things like creating perfect prep and really nice designs. So yeah, that's it. I know some people are really into like sculpting and stuff like that, and I understand that can be like really satisfying and things like that, but for a lot of people, traditional extensions, particularly acrylics, are just difficult. People just really struggle. So if you are one of those people, this is the system for you, 100%.
And we also use them for like people that just have gel polish if they've broken a nail or anything like
Yeah,
that.
exactly. If you know, a lot of people get builder and things like that these days. And you know, imagine if somebody comes to their builder infill or builder removal and new set, but they've maybe snapped one nail. It is literally the perfect option for that because they're really fine, like they're natural and thin. It creates a perfect base, and they're not going to be too bulky. Whereas you would be able to tell the difference between like an acrylic, wouldn't you?
Yeah, because of the apex carbon.
Exactly. So.
And then they could even have that infilled with their builder for
Exactly. So it could carry on just as normal after that. This is nerve-wracking, trying not to nip myself on.
Try not to watch it.
Oh. And do remember, if you do have any issues at all, please just ask us. We're more than happy to help. We have a wealth of knowledge when it comes to these systems because we have been doing them for so long. So we have literally come across every issue going, I would say.
Yeah. Sometimes more than once.
Yeah. But as I said, there is a very finite list of things that we can go through to work out, right, this is what's going wrong. What's everybody's favourite length and shape on extensions? That would be good to know as well. Well, I think we know from what's ordered. Oh, something else that we should talk about, Jennifer, is our little menu boards. Oh, we should have done that while we were soaking. Do you want to go and grab that one? Oh, we should have done that while I was soaking. So, it's the wee dust. So, have you seen our little menu boards? They are so cute. We are loving seeing everybody's pictures of them for our cuticle. So the idea behind this is that it's somewhere where you can display all the different scents that you have in stock. So when you buy the board, you're going to get sent all of the magnets, and as we bring out new scents, we're going to work out a system where if you have the board, you can get the magnets for the new scents sent for free. But they're just magnets.
They're great.
It's so clever. They're just little magnets, and you can just put it on. So you go, oh, hang on, I've actually sold out of mango daiquiri. So you just take that away. So whatever you have in stock, you can just put up here. So yeah, super easy. The price you write on yourself with a chalkboard marker, because we have people in different countries and stuff. So whatever your currency is, you can put that in. You can put whatever price in. I know some people charge different prices. It's got the USPs on it, so your clients can say, oh, actually, look, that's really good. It's going to help my gel polish go further. Oh, and then nut-free, vegan, cruelty-free, made in the UK. So really cute and really clever, guys. And as we said, every time there's going to be a new scent, we're going to get new magnets for them. And we will work out a way that when you're ordering those new scents, you can click a button or something and say, yes, please send me the magnets. So that if you've already invested in the board, you'll get the magnets for free for the new scents.
Or you can put them on your fridge.
You could. Excellent. So we are all prepped and ready to go. So today I'm going to use medium almond. Now I am using one of the girls in the salon's box, and let's just say it's a bit mixed up. So we've got pre-etched mixed in with non-pre-etched, which is not ideal, however. So remember when we are sizing our tips that we really want to press firmly onto the nail plate, and you want it to fit from edge to edge. You do not want the tip to be too big. It is really important that it is not too big. Too big can cause the nails to come off. So, I think I've already selected all my proper sizes. I'm just going to double check that that is right. So yeah, remember, we're pressing firmly on so that the tip does spread. Ooh, I think I'm going to go with a different size for that one. Ooh. Living on the edge. Yeah, it is really important that you press very firmly from onto the nail plate. You're not just lining it up and going, oh yeah, that's fine. Because you need to make sure it really is spreading across.
Kath Dickerson says, love the menu, great idea.
Thank you.
It's super cute.
It is super cute. I'm really, really happy with how that turned out. You know, it's not a big thing. It's not something people are going to buy over and over again. It's a simple idea that might make just lives a bit easier. Okay, so I have pre-etched here, but I still prefer to use X-etch, okay, just for maximum adhesion and longevity. So remember, when we're applying our X-etch, swipe it on, okay, and then after a couple of seconds, start mashing it and you'll feel the texture change. I like to do this little thing I've just discovered where you put it in the middle and you just swirl it around in circles. And that's kind of...
Is that patience, maybe?
I don't have, yeah, that's that. So we're mashing it because we're wanting to create a textured surface for the nail to be grippy and hit. So it's all about creating grippiness and texture with this type of system to get that maximum longevity.
Ash Bash Nails and Lashes, if you're one size in one shape, would you be the same size in
Not
shape?
necessarily. Not necessarily. Especially when you're talking about sort of shorter lengths and shapes, because they tend to, for instance, short stiletto would taper. And depending on the length of people's nail beds and stuff like that, you might need to go up a size. So no, not necessarily, just because the shape's different. So...
Amy Louise Giles, any idea when medium almond will be back in stock?
So yet again, everybody has sold us out so much faster than we could imagine. We are hoping all of the tips that are out of stock, we are hoping within 2 weeks they will be here. But remember, do not panic. We have refill bags of every style now available. So if you're looking for a style that you've not had before, you're not wanting to refill it, but you've got a wee spare tip box around, just buy the refill bags and fill it up, and then you don't need to wait around. So
refill bags are good as well because you might go through one size more than others.
Exactly. So you're always going to go through 5s and 6s faster, and probably 7s faster than anything else. So next thing we're going to do is pop our X Prime on. So literally, we're going to liberally apply it. Make sure it's over the full area. And I can't believe things are sold out again. I honestly cannot believe it. Thank you so much for having the faith in us, guys. It does mean a lot. So now we've got the primer on, and today I'm going to use my well-used bottle of X Gel. So this is our 30ml squeezy bottles. This is just the normal one. So remember, always make sure your light is on and ready to go. Before you start, otherwise you'll have a nail half on, you'll be like, oh god, and that would be a total nightmare. So, hang on a second.
Wait.
Yep. Thank you. Okay, so we are just going to pop a little bit of the X Gel on the bottom. Okay, I don't want too much. That might actually be a little much for me, but we'll see. So remember, we're always going to line it up at a 45-degree angle, right up to the cuticle. Hang on a minute, my glove's getting stuck here. My glove's going to end up inside the nail.
Different approach.
It is. Be a nice look. So, lined right up, firm pressure, especially towards cuticle, pressing firmly, keeping that firm pressure, and then up to the light. No closer than 10 centimeters to the light. We want to avoid heat spikes and things like that, so we keep about 10 centimeters away. Hold it for a few seconds. I like to bring bring it sort of out, check there's no movement, and then I'll get the client to hold their hand under the light while you work on the other hand. I've seen a few videos of people doing them recently, and they're doing one at a time. This, guys, really, really speeds things up. So I would highly recommend doing 2 hands at the same time. Obviously, I'm just doing 1 hand today. But in general, try and do 2 at the same time.
What's the pros and cons of the etched and the non-etched tips?
Technically, the non-etched tips do not need to be etched. However, I still find that I get longer wear and absolutely no risk of lifting. It's just a safety blanket, I prefer to etch them as well. Literally, the only difference is that you technically don't need to etch.
Especially getting familiar with the system, it'd be better just to use X-Etch in case you forgot to do it on a non-pre-etched.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Until you're familiar with the system. Had to get delivered this week. Also ordered pear drops cuticle oil. It smells wee hearty.
Do you know, pear drops is one of my favourites.
I think they're all your favourites.
No, they're not all my favourites, but I do love I do have a special place in my heart for pear drops. Plus the fact that we have all those pear drops sweets downstairs, which I love to eat.
Doesn't really help. Obviously.
Now we've got all the watermelon sweets.
If only we had lots of blueberry cheesecake downstairs.
Oh, that would be really good. I'm not done the ring finger, guys, here because I'm kind of changing my mind possibly about the size. I like to try and convince myself that I have smaller nails than what I do because I have big old gorilla paws, as the girls like to say.
I feel you say that. We don't say that.
Ellie says it all the time.
Ah, but that's Ellie. How long do you hold under the light, and do you put the lamp on for longer to cure?
So let's count. Let us count. So I'll hold it for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll hold it for 5 seconds, and I'll quickly take it out, check there's no movement, and then I get the client to hold the nail back under while I'm working on the other hand. So it is technically fully cured. I know a lot of people are just using the light as like a flash cure, which is absolutely fine as well. But if you try and get into the habit of doing 2 hands at once, it's fully cured by the time you've done them all, because the client has been holding the finger under the light while you have been working on the other hand. But you also absolutely can, and I like to do it myself sometimes, pop the nails. Once all the tips have been applied, you can pop the hands into just your gel polish lamp as well. That's fine to do that. Just I would usually only do that for 30 seconds because I know that the nails are pretty much cured as it is. So I didn't put quite enough gel on that one, so it's totally okay. Just take it off, apply a little bit more gel, and go for it again. If you don't get your application right the first time and it's not been in the light, don't panic, guys. You can take the nail away and just add more gel.
What nail extensions are you using? Love this shape.
This is medium almond. They are probably our most popular length and shape, I would say. As we just discussed a minute ago, they are out of stock right now in the boxes, but they are available in refill bags. Okay, so now let me reassess this ring finger. What do I want to do with it? Am I going to stay with my initial selection? Am I going to change?
I'm going to stay with your initial.
I think you're right. I think I am going to. Yeah, it's just too small. I'm staying with my initial selection.
If you've applied too much gel to one nail, how is best to remove any excess before curing? Do you mean look at the free edge?
The free edge, that's what they mean, right? So what to do? Do you know what? Shall I do it on this one? I'll do it.
Yeah.
I'll do it on purpose. I'm going to regret this.
Yep.
Okay, that should be too much gel. Right, so what to do is, I would do it after you've started the curing process, right? Because you're holding the tip, right? I've done it on purpose in this one, okay? So you're holding the tip at the very end. Can you see this? Okay. Now you're going to hold it under the lamp exactly like that. So the end of the nail is not going to cure because your own finger is casting a shadow over it, okay? So I'm just curing it as I would normally. And then what I'm going to do, just to show you guys, brush. Take a brush and scoop it out, okay? So see, Now it's all gone because it was never cured here. It's half cured down here, but it was never cured there. And then pop the finger under the light for the remaining sort of 20 seconds. And then, as I said, remember you can pop the hand in your gel lamp as well, just to make sure you're all nicely cured.
Can you cut them down?
Absolutely. You can cut them down, no problem. Cut them down, reshape them. Obviously, it's ideal if you can have the different shapes and sizes, just because it will save you time. And I wouldn't recommend just cutting down, for instance, a long coffin to a short square, only because when you're taking that much off, you can affect the integrity of the structure. Just as an example, right now, I'm going to put my hand just for 30 seconds in the gel lamp, just so you guys can see that. Just so it gets the last little blast. So that was 30 minutes, guys, from taking them off to applying the tips. And lots of talking and things like that. And as I said, usually I would be doing 2 hands at once. So the removal would take generally no extra time, because when one hand's soaking, you'd be filing. And for the application, you'd probably be looking at an extra, well, with the prep, and 5 minutes or something. So it really doesn't need to take a very, very long time. Okay, so now that it's cured, all I am going to do is I'm going to get a wee buffer. And all we're wanting to do at this time is literally remove the shine. This is for no other purpose. And you want to very quickly flick over, because what you don't want to do is you don't want to thin the tip at all, because if you do that, you can get nails snapping and things like that. So we just want to be cautious of that. And something else I like to do as well, absolutely don't have to do that, and the girls in here wouldn't do it, but I just like to create like a really perfect finish. Actually, I'll do this first. So see, sometimes you'll just get little jaggy bits at the end. So just a quick flick around with the nail file, will remove them. Really quick flick around just to get rid of any little jaggy bits. Okay, so what I like to do, again, you do not have to do this, and I'll do it with the eFile, you could do it with the nail file as well, is I like to literally just go around the very, very edges. And you can see, like, it's like there's a perfect finish. There is like no ridge or anything like that at all. So it is just personal preference whether you want to do this or not. It won't affect the longevity, it won't really affect anything at all, but you can just go around the edge of the nail just to give it a little blend. There really isn't anything to blend, but you can just create a really, really perfect finish.
If somebody used too much gel and it came up through the cuticle, they could smooth it down this way as well.
Yes, absolutely. Or with just with the nail file. That's a really good point, Jennifer. Yeah, if your pressure wasn't perfect at the cuticle, and you did release a bit of pressure and you had a little bit of gel leak out at the cuticle area, then you absolutely could do this to smooth it too. Perfect. Okay, and now we're ready for painting. So, again, because I must be mad, I'm going to paint these. So, today I'm using a really nice colour called Flamingo from the gel bottle. And I really love this colour. I had it on quite recently, but I've just been in a funny mood for colours recently. So, no base coat is required. Just go straight in with your 2 colour coats. Oh my god, this is really hard to do at a distance from you, on yourself, under a camera with a shadow. What is all of your favourite brands, or what brands of gel polish do you all use? That's something we'd be quite interested to know. Also, how many of you guys do retail cuticle oils in your salons? Or your
Frenchy fabulous, no spooky nails, disappointed.
I know, right?
Just wait till Christmas.
I'm so boring. I really am.
Polish to Pristine uses Halo. Kev Dixon uses the gel bottle. Beauty Apple Blossom, I use Pure Halo. Dreamy Gels are an amazing brand. Bekka Jane's saying.
Oh. It's always good to hear new recommendations, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of great brands out there.
Just finding those colours.
Yeah, the colours, that's it. And coverage and stuff. Oh my god, this is hard. And can you imagine if I decided to do nail art on myself as well on live? That would just be a bit much, wouldn't it?
A wee bit. I use Premier Gel, Glitter Bells and Magpie. Gel polish by Julie.
Ah, quite a combo. We used to use quite a combination of brands as well. Sometimes it's the best way to get a good mix of colours and things like that.
Do you not apply base coat?
No, no base coat is needed at all. So just straight in.
Oh, Kirsty Meakin's brand also Bekka Xtensions uses.
Somebody else said that recently. Oh.
I'm thinking of retailing cuticle pens for Christmas. Ooh, you could do wee bundles with the matching hand sanitizer.
I'm sorry guys, I've got to do this thumb out shot because I need to rest it on the very edge of the table to be able to physically do it. I'm sorry. Yeah, they're great to retail, especially at Christmas time. The girls have been selling a lot of cuticle recently, haven't they?
Yeah, plus the matching hand sanitizer duo seems to go really well.
Yeah.
Or like for Aspen and Maldives, if we're not sure, they can get one of each.
One of each, that's it. And the Sugar Fairy at this time of year is always a winner. Right, so into the lab I go. Oh, I could have just done that, couldn't I? I could have painted them on here, that would probably been easier. Yeah, we'll do that next. The next coat, yeah. So yeah guys, just straight in, how much do they retail for? So the cuticle oil pens, we say the RRP is £6, but depending on the area, people sell them from between £6 and £8. They're really, really, really good value for money. In terms of both for you and your clients, they are a big pen. So it's 4.5 mil, 4.5, 4 mil. Yeah, 4 mil. So they are really, really good value for your clients.
Plus having them at £6.
Yeah,
People would
that £6 is the retail price. So that is how much you would charge your client. £6 is not what you buy them for. And your markup's really, really good on them as well. So that is a good thing. Okay. So I'm going to go in for my second coat. Oh, this is better. Can we see this? Kind of. Okay.
Yeah.
My hands are so dry now. Can't wait to put some scrub and butter on them. Or maybe I'll put a wee Aspen pen on them.
Maybe you should.
Maybe I should.
Look at the dark side.
So yeah, we do have a huge range of lengths and shapes, guys, at the moment. I think we have 11 different ones, but don't worry, we are working on other ones. If you have any suggestions, lengths and shapes for the extensions that you would like to see, please let us know. We always love to hear your thoughts.
Had to jump off for a sec. What gel bottle colour is this? It's Lush.
Thank you. This is called Flamingo, and I think it is a highly underrated colour. I really love it, don't I, Jennifer?
Yeah. From what you used to like, it's quite a contrast.
It is. I just feel like, I don't know, just with my peely wally skin, it's hard to get colour that looks nice or that I like on myself. But I do really like this one.
I've tried the Christmas Cuticle Mini Dropper Bundle and my clients all love them.
Yay! Yes, we do have the mini dropper bottles as well. They're available in little sets of 3 where you can get 3 different scents. Now it's really good to have on your nail desk. You can just try different scents for different clients. But you can also retail them to clients as a set, or you can also divide them up and sell them individually. And they're 10 mils. So what would we recommend they sell for? I think like £8 to £10.
Yeah.
So it is really, really good value for money.
And you could put wee things and hook them on your Christmas tree.
Yeah, you could. Oh, that would be adorable. Oh my god, Jennifer's going to do that.
Yep. Do you have any tips for curved down nails, also bigger size for thumbs?
bigger size with thumbs, that's something that we will look into in the future, do not worry. In terms of curved down tips, yes, I do have a fix for you. So if somebody has, people call them all sorts of different things, like ski slope nails, just nails that curve down the way. Sorry, I'm just trying to really get this thumb nice. What you should do first, before you pop the gel on your tip, so, you know, nails that curve down like that, is if you swipe on the end of the tip some gel, it'll bridge the gap between the tip and the free edge. Because what happens is, as you try to press down, it might be better just to show on Jennifer's nails in a minute. It's kind of hard. Yeah, so swipe extra gel onto the free edge, the end of the nail, before you go to apply the tip, and that will bridge the gap, and it'll mean that you won't need to take away your pressure at the cuticle area, so it will work much better for you.
And would you cure that first? Swipe some?
No.
Just do it all in?
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, that's something that somebody asked on the group recently.
Yes,
Because obviously everybody's different, everybody's made different. Some people, you know, do have slightly less conventional shaped nail plates or nail beds, and it can make it a little bit more difficult.
I know people work at different speeds, but how long does it take to apply a full set?
With practice, and if it was just a one colour plain gel polish, you can do it in 30 minutes. Obviously it depends on your prep and things like that, but it can be done, especially if you're doing the whole doing two hands at once thing. That will cut your time down massively. So I would recommend that. So I reckon if I was doing both hands right now, it would have taken me exactly the hour to do the full removal and new set. Yeah. And that's removal and new set as an hour. There we go.
Beauty Apple Awesome says thanks, because you said you'll show how to do the curved down nail thing.
Yeah. But yeah, people, as we said, everybody's made differently. So some people do have less conventional shapes of nails, and it can make things a little bit difficult.
Same as if the nails didn't fit, if they were too small, you could just file them in.
Yeah, so if you can't get a perfect size tip, remember the tip is better very, very slightly too small than too big, because too big can cause the nails to come off. But if you are finding it a bit awkward, you can just file a bigger tip into the size that you're looking for.
What price do you recommend for a set?
Depends on your area. What do we charge Jennifer and Sound? £28?
30.
£30 close. £30, and that is for a set with a plain gel colour on it. So we would recommend anywhere between 25 and 35 for a plate, or 25 and 40 depending on your area. Obviously, if you're in the centre of London, it's going to be a lot more expensive. But between 25 and 40, and that's just for a plain set. Obviously, if you're doing nail art, make sure you add on extra price to account for your time. Are these pens open?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Beautiful.
I knew you were going to multi.
It's my favourite. So obviously I was in acetone there, so I'm just going to rehydrate my fingers a little bit with the delightful Maldives from our new Not Winter collection. If you haven't tried it yet, you must. It's just like holidays and just deliciousness. It is deliciousness.
I think you really need both though.
The contrast, yes. So now I'm like really oily, only because, as I said, my hands are really dehydrated from the acetone. But there we go. Boom, 2 matching hands. So that was the medium almond, and that was medium almond pre-etched. They are exactly the same in terms of shape and size, although the clear ones do very, very slightly tend to favour more C-curve nail bed, but only very, very slightly. So Jennifer, if you give me your hand.
Oh, my nails are not the best.
It's fine. Jennifer's nails have been on for weeks and they have not been painted. So she's now got grown out nails. Okay, so if somebody had, just turn your hands like that. If somebody had a real C curve, okay, yeah, but this type of C curve, on their nail bed, what you would want to do is if you get your X gel, if you swipe it on the end here first, obviously if it was a natural nail you wouldn't need that much. When you go to press your tip on, you've now reduced the gap between the tip and the free edge. So that'll really, really help you, and it'll mean that you can keep your pressure at the cuticle area. So I hope that makes sense to you. So yeah, just pop it on the free edge first, and that'll really, really help.
That is embarrassing. Sorry guys.
Excellent, guys. So that is everything. We will save it so that you guys can watch it. But the removals really shouldn't take that long. We do probably, I think it's easier to use acetone with the hot water base, and it does make things a little bit faster.
Somebody asked on the group actually, do we charge for
a removal? Absolutely. Why wouldn't you? Removal, even when you charge for a removal, you actually probably make a loss. So absolutely charge for a removal. You are using product, you are using your time. So do not give it away for free. Unless you are doing like charging, okay, say £40, you know, depending on your area, and that would include a removal and a new set. But try and keep them separately, because the client then understands the price of things, for in case they wanted a removal on its own, or they wanted a new set. So much more. Love watching your videos, really helpful. Oh, I'm so glad that you think they're helpful. We try to make them as educational as possible and go over any problems that people might be having or anything like that, because there's always going to be issues, especially when you're using a new system. So thank you so much for watching. We will save this so you guys can watch it later, and have a lovely rest of your Sunday. Bye guys.